you want me to go, Mrs. Goforth?
That depends.
Depends on what?
Well, frankly, I've been lonely up here this summer.
I can understand that.
Now, you're not stupid. You're attractive to me. You know you are. You deliberately set out to make yourself attractive to me, and you are. So don't be a freeloader.
Just the title alone promises something explosive, and boy, does this 1968 Universal Pictures melodrama deliver. Directed by the legendary Joseph Losey and written by none other than Tennessee Williams, adapted from his play The Milk Train Doesn't Stop Here Anymore, Boom is a film that defies conventional taste. It's excessive, surreal, and dripping with operatic grandeur, and that's exactly why I adore it. Starring the incomparable Elizabeth Taylor as Flora Sissy Goforth, a terminally ill, fabulously wealthy widow living in extravagant isolation on a Mediterranean island, and Richard Burton as Chris Flanders, a wandering poet with a reputation for being the angel of death. He has a habit of showing up just before wealthy women die. Boom is a fever dream of existential musings, lavish decadence, and theatrical dialogue. Flora, surrounded by servants, including a scene-stealing Noël Coward as the Witch of Capri, spends her final days dictating her memoirs into a tape recorder while swathed in flowing caftans and jewels. When Chris arrives, she oscillates between seducing him and suspecting him of being a harbinger of her demise. The film unfolds like a hallucination, part Greek tragedy, part camp masterpiece. By 1968, Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton were Hollywood's most famous and scandalous couple, having already starred together in Cleopatra, 1963, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, 1966, and The Taming of the Shrew, 1967. Boom captures them at their most unrestrained. Taylor delivers her lines with their chemistry is electric, even when the dialogue borders on the absurd. Noël Coward, as the flamboyant Witch of Capri, provides much-needed comic relief, purring his lines with delicious wickedness. His presence adds another layer of theatricality to an already heightened film. Shot on location in Sardinia, Boom is visually stunning. The cinematography by Douglas Slocombe, who later shot Raiders of the Lost Ark, bathes the film in golden Mediterranean light, contrasting with the dark, almost gothic undertones of the story. The costumes, by Tiziani of Rome, are Elizabeth Taylor at her most glamorous, flowing silks, towering headpieces, and enough jewelry to sink a yacht. The production design is equally lavish. Flora's cliffside villa is a fortress of wealth and decay, filled with priceless art, exotic animals, and an aura of impending doom. Upon release, Boom was savaged by critics and ignored by audiences. Many found it overwrought, pretentious, or just plain bizarre. But like many misunderstood films, it has since been reclaimed as a camp classic, a glorious, unapologetic spectacle of excess. Is the kind of movie that shouldn't work, but it does, precisely because it commits so fully to its own madness. It's Elizabeth Taylor at her most diva-esque, Richard Burton at his most brooding, and Tennessee Williams at his most poetic. The dialogue is purple, the emotions are huge, and the visuals are sumptuous.
Why are you standing there in the doorway as if you were paralyzed? How many times do you have to be invited into a lady's bedroom?